Merry Christmas, all. Welcome, and thank you for being here. I very much appreciate you being part of this live Christmas in here. Today, we're going to go a deep dive into this color here, cracked pepper. It is a black, but it's more than just black. It could be a dark gray. It's kind of got some green to it. It's one of those beautiful colors that, depending on the lighting that you're looking at this color in, it's going to appear multiple different ways. It'll appear darker when there's not as much light, and in the brighter light, you're going to see some green. And that's what we're going to be talking about here today. That, as well as going over a few things that I pulled up to share with you. One is going to be this world record. You see the picture in my background there. We've got a world record set here in our area. There it is. Hello, everybody. I'm here. It's me. Come on. Let's have a good Christmas time together. I'm only going to keep it for about 15 or 20 minutes, so you won't have to stay long. But check out these beautiful pictures here. There has been a world record set in Dallas-Fort Worth or in Richardson. And it's this company, Sky Elements. Look at these beautiful pictures. I was hoping I could blow these up and you can see them a little better. This is the Nutcracker, of course. So that's the one that they won the one of the awards with, the largest fictional character. And it wasn't Santa, it was Nutcracker. And then also this one here, the largest aerial image created by multicolored drones. And let's see, visual search, settings. Let me just see if I can blow that up. Well, here's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go ahead and go back. I'm going to go back, somehow. Okay, I am over here on another page, and I didn't know that you can't see this. Okay, so I got to get rid of that one and come back to my world record holder. Let's see if we can get this picture here. Nope, taking me to another page again. That's something that Google recently started. When you have an image that you like, it will pull it up on the original website, which is pretty cool for the content creators and the people doing this. But I really wanted you to see a nice close-up shot of this. So I'll tell you what I'll do is just bear with me, because I do have pictures here that I'll upload, and then we'll be able to see them that way. So I'm going to go ahead and end that. Hello again, everybody. My name is Rick E. Warden. Thank you for being patient with me. We are listening in the background, or I am speaking over, X610 Chill. The song is called Dave's Boutique. So there you go, X610 Chill. If you want some chill Christmas vibes around the house today, you can go listen to some X610 Chill, available on all your favorite MP3 formats. And then also, if you want to watch a movie, a nice Christmassy but different movie, it's about outer space, let's just say, beyond the reaches. It's called Escape the Dream System by X610 Chill. So y'all go check that out. Again, it's called Escape the Dream System by X610 Chill. And I just want to thank Dave Jarvis and X610 Chill for being so kind about me using their music all the time. I use this music in all of my videos, not just here on Christian Painters StreamYards, but also on my Facebook page, my YouTube channel. I mean, everywhere. I just enjoy talking over this music. I also enjoy listening to it. So if you'll hang around at the end of the show, I will play one full X610 Chill song for you. How's that? All right. Well, again, thank you for being here. My name is Rick E. Warden. This is the Christian Painters YouTube, Christian Painters Facebook, and Christian Painters X Twitter. So it's being broadcast through StreamYard is the channel. We're being broadcast through StreamYard right now, and then it's broadcast to YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. I want to encourage everyone, if you are on YouTube, you can comment to me right here live. Just go to the comments there. There'll be a live chat. Love to see you in there. And then if you're on Facebook, I don't see when I posted this comment, it didn't show back up from X or Twitter, but StreamYard just announced yesterday that the chats in Twitter when we're streaming are live and that they will show up. So if you're in Twitter, do me a favor, just give us a shout so I can test that. But for real, I'm here for two reasons. One, to present some unique quality content that is very helpful to someone who is actually painting their home. If you're not actually painting your home, it doesn't really matter. You know, this is not going to mean much to you at all. But if you are painting your home and you're ready to hire a professional painter, or you're getting ready to hire a professional painter, I am here for you. And what I'm doing is showing you these colors. The color we're featuring today is this beautiful BEHR 2024 color of the year, cracked pepper, which is an excellent choice because of all the BEHR colors I've ever painted. I'd say this cracked pepper is the one that I've painted the most. All right. It's just a color that Sherwin-Williams doesn't really have. And it's a beautiful color. And, you know, I've recommended it, but I've also have, believe it or not, I do have some creative customers that have an eye for color. And so I've had multiple customers pick out this color also. So we're going to get right into that. And then I'm going to share some information with you about Alvarado. I'm going to put this up here. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. This is a wonderful resource. If you're in the Alvarado, Texas area, I picked this up at Adams Tack. So I don't know where all these are available, but they're definitely available at Adams Tack. Adams Tack is a tack means all the stuff that goes on a horse. And so everything that you would need for horsing and cattle and all of that's right there at Adams Tack. And then it's run by these lovely ladies. So the shop is also about half full of really cool kind of country decor, but there's some really sweet you know, clothing and decorations in there that everyone would enjoy. So that's Adams Tack. That's where you can pick this up. Alvarado Community Resources, Community Guide, and Business Directory is what it's called. The same company publishes one in Cleveland. So anybody watching in that area, I think I've seen them publish in Mansfield in the past. I don't know if they're still publishing a Mansfield type of a guide. They call it different things. Again, this one is called the Alvarado Community Resource and Business Directory. And here's the one for Burleson. I thought this was Cleveland, but this is the one for Burleson. And it's just called a Visitor's Guide, Chamber Directory. So these people are intelligent. They've been doing this for a long time and work with the local businesses and the Chamber of Commerce. And so I'm just very happy that they have this Alvarado resource. So I have their website pulled up, and I'll share that with you after we talk about these colors. And then after that, I'll play you one complete, uninterrupted X610 chill song and even show you the movie that you can watch with your family. It's family friendly. It's got really good chill music vibes, or a score to it, because it is a movie with an official score. So any movie producers out there needing someone that can give you a proper score for your movie and make your movie do all the things, pull all the strings of our hearts that match your movie, that would be, again, X610 Chill. All right. So the other thing that I'm doing here, other than just running my mouth, oh, there's the drones right there. There's Santa. So let me move over here. There you go. There's Santa. Those are drones. That's in North Richland Hills, Birdville ISD, right above their stadium, football stadium there. So that's Santa, and that's, I forget how many drones, but, you know, pretty amazing, right? And so while I am playing a song in a little bit, I will also upload a couple of more pictures so that I can share those with you as well. But the other reason I'm here, I'm making myself available for free estimates, free question and answering, and free color consultation. I am a color genius. See my shirt? It's got colors all over it. because I've been tie-dyeing t-shirts since I was a little bitty kid. I tie-dyed my underwear and socks and all that, and maybe one t-shirt when I was about 7 years old for the first time. And I loved seeing my colors show up. To me, it was totally unique and original. Like I'd never really, I took credit, like, oh, this is mine. And so from there, I've gone on and I've developed all kinds of uh, decor and pattern for clothing and t-shirts specifically, but also pants and uh, uh, window treatments, curtains, band backdrops. I mean, I have tie-dyed and decorated just about everything that you can imagine. All right, so I'm very intuitive with colors. Like I know colors as good or better than anyone that I know. So if you are about to paint your house and maybe you have no interest in a dark color like cracked pepper at all, that's okay. If you're interested and you're about to, paint your house, if you're actually going to hire a professional painter or you're going to go buy the paint and paint it yourself, and you would like to have your questions answered, I can save you time, money, and headache when you're doing it yourself or when you're hiring a contractor. You don't even have to be here in my area of Mansfield, Alvarado, Burleson, Rendon, Midlothian. You totally completely can be in New York, California, LA. I can still give you an estimate as to what I would charge to paint your house if you were here in my area. So I'm happy to do that. And I can give you color consultations, free, and I can answer all of your questions. So those are the main reasons that I am here. One, to actually present some colors, present something along with that that's interesting, like local businesses, and then also make myself available for free estimates, free color consultations, and answer any questions you have. So before I get started, if you have any questions, go ahead and comment. Just put it right there in the comments if you're on YouTube or if you're on X, Twitter, or if you're on Facebook, and I'll see it and I'll pull it up right here. And I will answer your questions. Now, other than that, if you happen to have time, you can let me know. You'll have to let me know in the chats. You can send me an email at Christian Painters Love. That's my email, Christian Painters Love at gmail.com. Or really best is just because I'm going to need you to put it in the comments. Let me know you sent an email anyway, because I won't know if you don't let me know in the comments. But best thing to do is just let me know in the comments that you have a home that you want to show me and you have questions or would like to have a free estimate. And as you can see on several of my past live broadcasts, I brought customers on. They'll show me what their house looks like on their phone, just flipping around. You don't even have to show your face, just flip your phone around and show me your home. You don't have to tell us where you're at. I'm not going to ask you exactly where you're at. And you can show me and, of course, our viewers. And that's how I make it worth my while. I don't get paid really anything from AdSense. My AdSense or viewage has dropped off so much in the past, just keeps getting less and less every year. And I think the reason why is that even though I have absolute 100% original content, I have the most unique YouTube channel, the most exhaustive YouTube channel on YouTube for house painting. And so that's why I used to get flooded with views. But now every Tom, Dick, and Harry is producing videos, and they're not even professional painters. They're just reading information and typing up an AI script, and it's all scripted, and they know how to do graphics and have a nice camera and a good studio, and they're YouTubers. That's what they are. They're YouTubers specifically. And I'm not saying that information isn't valid or helpful, but this information on my website is on the job. You can see what the paint actually looks like on the houses. For example, if you have any popular Sherwin-Williams color, like I don't know, perfect grayish. There you go. If you want to see what perfect grayish looks like, you can type that in along with Christian painters and make Christian painters all one word. And you're going to find multiple videos and see what that color looks like on walls. And then not only that, along with freshly painted trim and ceilings. All right, so there's all of that. Thank you very much, everyone, for being here once again. I am so happy, just like my happy customers. I am happy that you are here. While you're here, please do like and share right now. Before I get started, let's get this out so everybody can watch it. Like and share this video, please. That will help me the most right now if you want to help. But also, if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And while you're subscribing, take that extra second there to hit notify all so that you get all the notifications for all my video uploads. And that will help this channel so much, and it'll help me. And then, you know, as far as I'm concerned, more than anything else, it will help my grandson. So let me, with that, pull up this picture, and I'll show you how the realest of the real is in the fakest of the fake. Yeah, that's the real. That's my grandson right there. I am so fortunate to be able to spend half of every week with him. And that's why I need your business more than anything else, is because it costs a lot of money to raise a child. And so, yes, I keep this beautiful, handsome young man. He's 4.5 years old, half of the week, every week. This picture, though, why I said the fakest of fake, this picture is actually taken at the Arlington Public Library. We like to go down there to spend time, but also to hear the clock tower. If you go down to downtown Arlington, Texas, they have a beautiful clock tower that does the Westminster chime on the hour every hour. Waxahachie has a even cooler one, so they are around if you're wanting to entertain your child with bells and chimes and bell towers. All right. So the fakest of the fake is, you know, look at that Christmas tree. Look at that fireplace. It's paper. But it's beautiful, isn't it? The realest of the real and the fakest of the fake. All right. So please do help me and my grandson by liking, sharing, subscribing, and hitting notify all. From there, like I said, if you need a professional house painter, I'd love to have your business. And then the reason I'm here is to answer all of your questions. So if you have any questions about house painting or repairs, without hesitation, please ask in the comments so that I can bring it up and answer that here during the show. But if you have questions after this airs, please comment. You know, leave a comment. I answer every one of the comments, always, every one. From time to time, because of the way social media works, I do miss a comment, and I don't be like, I'll get to it 2 or 3 weeks later. It'll be a question about a color in my video, and I always feel bad if I miss it and get back to it 2 weeks later. I mean, this just happened. I can show you here on my YouTube channel and after this, but I do answer everyone. I get a notification every time someone comments on my videos. So if you have, that's really the best thing to do, is find the video that relates to your need. When you're commenting, know that I'm going to read that comment and I will respond. Okay. All right. So with that, look again at this beautiful color. It's called cracked pepper. I have used this color probably 100 times over the years. I don't know when they came out with this color, but it's actually been available for a long time. And I've used it hundreds of times, I'm happy to tell you, because it's just an awesome color. Absolutely awesome. You can see here it's in a dining room setting. There's a table there with chairs. But, you know, really, my first recommendation for a color like this would be in a formal dining, or in, I pulled this up because it shows you a couple of different settings. There's a living room setting, a couple of bedroom settings, and kind of like a breakfast nook setting. So I do like this color for a breakfast nook setting. If you have a small dining room, that's attached to your kitchen. This is one of my specialties because of my customers. Everyone has always asked, how can I create some separation in my kitchen area so that my dining space looks like a dining space and my kitchen looks like a kitchen. And so what I recommend always is usually your dining space is there's an exterior wall, so an exterior window, and there's usually not a window, just a small window above your sink in your kitchen is normally all. And so I like to, on exterior walls that have windows, I like to bring the outdoors indoors. So I do like sage greens and just a lot of different greens. And then I also like blues. I can fit a nice blue in there. And it doesn't have to be a bright blue. It can be, a washed out grayish blue in your dining space. But in order to make that work, you really need a pretty vibrant color in your kitchen. And who doesn't like a vibrant color in your kitchen? Speaking of that, we're going to come back to these colors in just a minute, but these are some of the coordinating colors that BEHR recommends here. And so Canyon Dusk and Crepe, look, those are both beautiful kitchen colors right there. And so you just bring that cracked pepper right in on your dining room, find your proper separation space or walls, and voila, you've got a beautiful kitchen dining room. So I believe in this color and I believe in it everywhere, but I like to make sure that I explain what I'm talking about. So I love it in a bedroom. My bedroom is, let's see, they used to say that the home is the king's castle, right? Well, it's not anymore. It's a family, and you're the queen has as much say or more on how the home feels and the environment that the family brings into a home. But if you are able, if you're a single man or woman, and if you enjoy darker bedrooms to sleep in, I just sleep way more comfortable in a space like that. Put some heavy curtains on the windows. I don't like to block windows out because I do like the sunlight when I want it. But I think heavy curtains in a master bedroom and a nice color like this on all four walls and ceiling is like paradise. I'm going to reach my deep REM sleeps there in no time. All right, so then finally over here, you see this is kind of an office space looking area. It's a living room slash, kind of office space looking anyway, with that cabinet space there. That might be a little too much for a living space. I mean, you really have to have a particular interest in darker shades. Notice the white is on the ceiling. Another way to make this work in here would be to have white on some trim maybe, or just a lighter shade of gray on some of the trim could make it also decorative and just give it a little more life. I think in a full living room setting, you have to be really careful painting all of the walls a color like this because it can become a cave. I mean, I'm the last person to say that color is too dark, right? I don't do that. But this is, I call it a black. It's as dark of a gray as you're going to get anyway. And they call it a back. No, they don't. They call it cracked pepper. So let's get into that and see what they call it actually. Hey, look at my image avatar. Ha ha ha, it's the Nutcracker. All right, so speaking of cracked pepper, how about that? The Nutcracker. Here you go. All right, so this is a larger picture of that same bedroom, and see how nice it looks. I mean, this really works in a bedroom, even or especially with that color on the ceiling. It's on all the trim too. Now, something I would do different here that I don't really see in this picture as much is go ahead and put an oil. You can't put oil-based enamel paints on the wall. You have to use a latex wall paint for the walls. But I would never put a latex paint on the trim like that either. So I would put a lower sheen, an eggshell satin sheen on the trim and woodwork. And, you know, I can tell you something here is that those walls look very matte. That's not a satin finish or a semi-gloss finish. That's a matte finish on the walls. So that's where you get just a little challenging putting a sheen on the trim. But at the end of the day, I think it's a nice look. There's not going to be a huge difference. There's not going to be enough of a difference between your walls and your trim here that it's going to stand out or look awkward or, you know, just not feel right. So anyway, just a little spin on that. I wanted you to see this full picture. When I was looking at these and explaining this, I was showing you that, you know, that really can work. So there's the full picture. You can see it really can work. And I love the lights. I really do. I love the idea of doing something different and unique with lights. And I'm sure there would be another light in that room, but this gets rid of the need for a night light. Of course, if you're really partying hard in this bedroom, you might accidentally hit that light anyway. But I don't know. I really like the whole look here. And the only thing I would, you know, I have to recommend or point out is that you would have to use an oil on the trim, but you can put the same flat finish on the walls and ceiling. All right, so this is back to that living room office space. And I keep saying office space because I like this color for an office space. I like it especially if you brought a pretty rich but still washed out grayish medium to dark shade of green. If you had that color on the walls here and this cracked pepper on the woodwork cabinets, man, that would look sharp. The other option would be to, you know, paint those cabinets white, you know, paint them white or an off-white, like a grayish white, and have these other cracked pepper on these other two walls. That would work. But just pointing out that I have to say, you know, that I think that this color would be very challenging to put in a living space where everyone in the family would enjoy it. Would be a challenge. But you could put it in an office space and make it work. The best place other than a bedroom or an accent wall, and honestly, like a kitchen dining room or a living room, if you have the proper accent wall with a fireplace and things. The best place for a color like this is what we call the cigar room. Yeah, this is a cigar room color. So if you have a office, basically, and you have taller walls, especially, I know I'm talking about $400,000, $500,000 homes now, but I paint a lot of these houses in Mansfield. They're building a lot more of them in Mansfield and all over Midlothian, here in Alvarado, Burleson. And so if you happen to have an office with tall walls, you could turn it into a beautiful cigar room. And not only would it be relaxing, but it would also be very motivational, I believe. You would have to go a little extra step with decor, but that's always the case. All of these colors, anytime I'm ever talking about colors, I don't really have the opportunity to talk as much about the decor, but I'll sum that up right now by saying this. Think of your paint on your walls as the matting on a certificate or a beautiful picture of your family. You always have a mat around it that sets the mood, the background for the actual picture. And that's what's happening here, is that decor, like they've just got a picture sitting on top of a cabinet there and it looks beautiful, you know. But that shows if you get creative and really come up with something that suits your personal taste as decoration, it's going to look amazing in this environment. So keep that in mind, whether it's your bedroom. Again, to me, the bedroom is not near as important, but I'm a man. but in an office space or in a on an accent wall, like I said, if it had a fireplace mantle, or in a kitchen dining room that you're trying to separate, you put the correct decor on there, and then that's what I'm talking about as fabulous. All right, so we've gone over all of these pictures. We've got a bedroom, living room, and then this kind of dining room setting. And that would be, if you ask me, right behind this would be one of these really nice colors like Canyon Dusk or Crepe. There are others, and we'll go over that in just a minute. I'm just going to show you a couple of more pictures here. If you happen to have a home like this, not necessarily the wood trims. I'm not hating on the wood trim. I actually like wood trim. To me, this wood trim though is not my favorite. That stain is kind of a light pecan, or just a pecan is what you would call it, maybe a fruit wood. And I just think it's a little too light. There's an awkward contrast in this picture that I'm seeing. So if you can kind of get that out of your vision here, maybe imagine your wood stained darker. And I know I'm talking a lot of money and just throwing out ideas here like they're common, but if you could paint that, honestly, if this is the look that you're after, look at that white trim with that cracked pepper and how awesome that looks. But this pecan wood is throwing it off. So if you were able to go with a much richer, not a mahogany, that's too red, but just a what are the stain colors I'm thinking of? Just a rich, darker stain that's not red. Okay, that's what I'm after. And you could restain that wood and make it look really nice. I'll tell you, Old Masters gel stain glaze, I could go right over that. Sorry, I just kind of thought about that. I use a product called Old Masters gel stain glaze. And this is a prime example of the type of wood I can transform with Old Masters gel stain glaze. And for cheaper than, or for less than what we used to be able to. Back in the day before, there's really only one quality gel stain glaze that I know of, and that's Old Masters gel stain. If it wasn't for that, I couldn't offer what I'm about to tell you. So back in the day, customers used to call us all the time. We have these ugly, beat up, old pecan cabinets, or you know what, in Mansfield, the worst thing like was around the Walnut Creek Estates neighborhood, the country club area. They had those what were called natural stain cabinets, and they would turn kind of lavender colored, like they had lavender veining in them, and they really looked, they looked really bad once that lavender hue came back through. And there's a couple of reasons that that lavender hue would get more obvious to the eye over the years, and it's because it's just cheap stain. That's all. It's cheap stain and cheap clear coating. Home builders do not use the best stains. Home builders do not use the best clear coat protectants. Home builders do not use the best paints on the walls. It's just a reality. And so, yeah, I saved so many cabinets by taking this Old Masters gel stain glaze, dark walnut. That's my favorite color. So I can take that dark walnut and wash it right over this wood and make it work fantastic with that cracked pepper. Notice the flooring though is pretty light, so maybe that's what they were thinking, but I don't think that's the deal. If I were looking at it, I'd say no, the floor doesn't affect these woods enough. They don't need to flow with that floor. So, or they don't need to flow by likeness with that floor. They'll flow by contrast by being darker. All right. So I did want you to see more than anything in this picture, how if you have a larger home and you wanted to, do something really unique, it looks like this would be the formal dining where we're sitting here and we're looking through a formal dining into an entryway. You can see the stairs to the left, the door's probably on the right. And then on the other side, looks like maybe it's the kitchen dining room. Usually that's a formal living. In most homes that we paint, you've got a formal dining and then the entry and then a formal living. But either way, or an office, that's normally it's either an office up front or a formal living, a second formal living. But you can see how, man, how fabulous would this color be in your entryway, you know, when your guests walk in the front entry. And I always tell people that your entry stairs, the more separated they are, and the less you go through your front door, the more fun you can have in that environment, because you're not going through your front door and seeing it every day. You're going through your garage door to come in the home. You're going through the back door to come through your home. And really, whether you like it or not, or whether I like it, it's none of that. I'm just sharing a lifetime of experience with you. The feature of this entryway in 99% of homes is for your guests. That's the one space where your guests get to be really wowed and knocked off their feet as they come into your home and they realize, whoa, these people are freaking awesome. Look at this. And so you're already creating the environment right up front, kind of in your face, that people walk into and enjoy and appreciate as they're walking in your home. And if you're an entertainer, you know, if you like to have friends and family and guests over, I believe that this is a nice way of saying thank you. Thank you to your friends and family. Yeah, I did this mostly for you so that you could be wowed and feel this comfort when you walk in the front door. All right. This picture is always important because it shows you that depending on the lighting that you have, it affects the way you actually see the color. So what that means is in the morning time, you're going to have a lot of natural sunlight coming through the eastern windows. In the evening time, you're going to have a blazing sunlight coming through some of the western windows. And in our case here in North Texas, it's going to be the southwestern windows. And in the morning, it's more of a northwestern sunlight. But one of the things that most people don't think about and just don't really know is that the morning sun out of the east is a much softer, more gentle, just really nice sunlight. If you're a farmer, if you're wondering where you should put your garden in your home, you want your garden on the east side. You want it to be able to get the eastern sun. That's what plants and trees and gardens like the most, is eastern sun. That southwestern sun, it's not just your imagination. It is hotter at 3 and 4 in the afternoon than it is at 11 and 12 when the sun is still on the east side, and then compared to it being on the west side. So again, as a gardener, you know, if you're going to plant where your garden is on getting a lot of that southwestern sun, you're really going to have to provide some shade or more water and a multitude of things like that to have that garden be as successful as it would be if it was getting that eastern sun on the other side of the house. So keep that in mind. Now, how that relates to this color, in all colors, any attractive color. I just heard someone talking about this on sports radio, that there's a new team. I don't know if it's in basketball, hockey, baseball. I didn't catch that. But they were talking about a new team, and their new colors was this gray. And that you couldn't really put your finger on it. Is it a green or is it a gray? And so they were saying, oh, that's really going to be an eye catcher because no other teams have this color. And because you, depending on the light that you see the uniforms and helmets in, sometimes they look green and sometimes they look gray. Because of that, a lot of people are going to be talking about this new team's color. Okay, so same thing here. In your home, a lot of people will be talking about your color choices, and they'll talk about it differently depending on what time of day it is. This color will look really nice and fresh in the morning, and then it'll hold its own in the later afternoon. But let me kind of put the exclamation point on this concept that at night, when there is no natural sunlight and it's all indoor lighting, this is a completely different experience. You experience it one way during the day in the morning, another during the day in that late afternoon, and an entirely another way at night with all of your indoor lighting. So that means that at nighttime, depending on how your lighting shines on the walls, it's going to depend on how you see this color. So keep that in mind. That's why I am a color coordinating specialist. I am not an interior designer. An interior designer is someone who takes all things into perspective, mostly lighting. It's mostly lighting, but to know what lighting does what on which walls, you're taking the whole building into perspective. So there's a lot to interior design, whereas I am a decorator. All right, so here it is, BEHR Paint, Cracked Pepper, paint color review right here at Christian Painters. You can head on over to your local Home Depot and pick up this color. It's PPU 11801, or just pick up the paint chips and go have them color matched at Sherwin-Williams or Kelly Moore. But I really recommend that if you're going to do something like that, instead of, if you really care about the color, if you like the color enough to ask Sherwin-Williams to color match it, it's not just in Sherwin-Williams' best interest, but it's in your best interest to buy a quart of the paint. Just buy a quart of it, get in a flat so that there's not a sheen issue, and paint a sample board. So that means you're going to paint a board that's 8.5 by 11. Thereabout. Preferably you'd paint it larger. Get you a poster board and paint a whole poster board while you're at it, so you can put that poster board anywhere in any room and see a good large version of that color. But take that painted sample board to Sherwin-Williams or Kelly Moore and have them match this color from a painted sample board, not a paint chip. That's going to help you a whole lot. And that's some of the best advice I can give you for doing color matches. All right, so we've looked at those coordinating colors. Here are some more. Uber Umber. I've actually used that color before. It looks great. Mountain Olive, one of my favorite. Evergreen Fog, that's a Sherwin-Williams color. So we're mixing stuff up. It says BEHR Cracked Pepper coordinating colors. I guess you could put that tricorn black. Tricorn black is going to be a lot darker than that cracked pepper. So if you're really going for that look earlier where we said in the bedroom, man, you want to knock that sucker out the park, put that tricorn black on all your trim in there with that cracked pepper on all your walls and ceiling. Your walls won't look or feel as dark with the trim painted tricorn black, but they will still, that whole room is going to feel awesome. The one thing I wouldn't recommend first, I'm not opposed to it. I think it would look great. So I'm not saying it wouldn't look good or it wouldn't look great. It would look great. But that's, painting all the trim white. It's always an option. You can even put white on the ceiling, but you're changing the whole kind of spectrum of what's going on here. And for me, creating a comfortable space in your bedroom is what's most important, because home is a king's castle. Now the home is the queen's palace. Well, the bedroom is kind of like the last bastion of the king's castle. So that's the last space in a home other than an office. But, the bedroom, if you can get that really comfortable and relaxing so that when you go in there and do your business, you can relax and get to sleep and reach those deep sleep RPMs. All right, so that Mountain Olive right there, that's a beautiful color. Evergreen Fog, I'm not really sure that either one of those are going to look all that great with the cracked pepper, though. So it's really that Uber Umber would look great with it, and the tricorn black, and all these other colors are just there. I don't know who that is that put that together. I stole this graphic from someone. There's a website at the bottom of these if you want to go check that out on their websites. Okay, But if you're going to do coordinating colors, this is a much better idea. There's the cracked pepper at the top, and there's the tricorn black at the bottom, so you can see that. There's the Uber Umber again, so you can see like all of those colors work great together. You could have the Uber Umber in your living room with the cracked pepper on an accent wall. You could have the Uber Umber in a open space like hallway, entry, all that, and then put the cracked pepper on your walls in your formal dining or office space. And then I kind of wanted to point this out, that see that vine leaf, that green, it's just not gonna flow well, and that's what I was saying over here, that Mount Olive. So the only color here really is that Uber Umber, and you can see the Uber Umber there again. Let's take notice of a couple of things while here. This Midnight Blue is sure a really nice color, and that's a BEHR color. This Swiss Coffee down here is a pretty standard white at most all paint stores. Sherwin-Williams, Kelly Moore actually has a color called Swiss Coffee. I don't think it's quite as kind of pink. There's a little bit of red to this Swiss Coffee that I don't think is in the Kelly Moore version. But you're going to be able to find that type of a white at Sherwin-Williams, Kelly Moore, and every popular paint store like Benjamin Moore and Lowe's and Home Depot and even Walmart. That's my tip of the day. If you're still listening, Walmart has very cheap, high quality paint called Dutch Boy. That Dutch Boy paint is made by the same Sherwin-Williams, is a large conglomerate corporation. And I say that because, I mean, I can't make sense of these things as quickly if I don't. And so it's kind of like a store brand, you know. Tom Thumb even comes through on a store brand from time to time. Their pickles, as it turns out, Tom Thumb store brand pickles are as good as Vlasic or better. But I don't trust hardly any of their store brands. Kroger's has great store brands, but their pickles, their store brand pickle, are horrible. And I think the reason there with Kroger's is that they sell best made pickles, whereas Tom Thumb doesn't. And so everybody buys the best made pickles anyway. So it doesn't matter what kind of pickles Kelly Moore has. All right. So thank you very much for being here, everyone. Sorry for rambling on. I wanted to show you this picture. Awesome, because it looks so good. But to, show you the color of the year 2023 Pantone color. Pantone is basically all the colors of the spectrum have a number. And sometimes they give them a name. Viva Magenta. Really cool. Welcome to the Magentaverse. So with that, we're going to be saying next week goodbye to the Magentaverse and showing you the Pantone color of the year for 2024. I've got a lot of videos coming up in 2024. I promise I'm going to be busy making these live streams. I'm going to be contacting local business owners and bringing them on here with me. I'm going to be bringing my customers on with me. Basically, everybody and anybody who's brave enough to deal with the awkwardness here of being live in front of a live audience. Yeah, we're going to make it happen. I wanted to show you that just the other day, my most recent video features Sherwin-Williams Color of the Year 2024 not 2024, Peppery December. It's Sherwin-Williams Color of the Month for 2023. That's my most recent video. We talk about that color in detail, and then also the coordinating colors. And you can see here that Sherwin-Williams does a fantastic job of coordinating colors. Black Magic. It's kind of like that cracked pepper, but darker. It's in the same family of dark gray blacks. And it's not Sherwin-Williams' darkest black. Their darkest black is that tricorn black. Alabaster. Every paint company has at least two of these same whites, and one is just a whitest white that you can get. And if anyone ever wants the whitest white, one of my best tricks is just get the white that they call the brightest, and then ask them to add 1 or even 2 extra ounces of white tint to that white. That's the only way to get the brightest white. It's a horrid misnomer. People think, oh, white, I'm just going to buy it off of the shelf white. Well, no, you're not. Okay. You have to add tint to it. The reason it's white is because it doesn't have any tint in it. So you got to add tint to it. And that tint is going to be a white tint. So, anyway, that's some of the past videos that we've done. I did a video on, I actually haven't done. So this is coming up. We'll do a video on Valspar's Renew Blue. I like that a lot. We also have Color of the Year Blue Nova. I believe that's Benjamin Moore, that Blue Nova. There's Renew Blue again in a different setting. I've already done a video on this one, Sherwin-Williams Color of the Year 2024 Upward, SW6239. I will probably do another one, but just kind of showing you through that quickly there. And then finally, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. Thank you for all of my customers. If you have a minute, please do go over to my YouTube channel. I'm going to pull that up on the screen here. That's what I'm doing now. I'm going to remove that graphic. There's my YouTube channel. Let's see what's going on here.
And they're reliable. When they say they're going to be here, they are here. I'd highly recommend them.
Thank you, Lisa and Winnie.
How about that?
This is the
formal. Go ahead. This is a house that I painted years ago, and beautiful people. As a matter of fact, Winnie, the puppy dog, is not even with us anymore. So very thankful, very, very, very thankful to all of my customers. But do me a favor, go over to my YouTube channel and hit subscribe all. While you're there, go to the playlists. This is the best way to, if you're already going to paint your house, this is the best way to see the colors or see the repairs on our YouTube channel. So go over here to the playlist and find the playlist that relates to you. Some of them are named by colors. Some of them are color selection. Some of them are different cities. Some of them, I've got interior paint and exterior paint. Hey, there's Wild About Harry's right there. Wild About Harry's is not the store anymore, but that awning still looks amazing. Here we go down here. Exterior paint, interior paint, faux finishes, antique glazes. I've also got, I was talking about that old Masters gel stain glaze earlier. So that's in here too. Cast stone fireplaces. That used to be a big deal, doing the cast stone fireplaces. I did paint the Burleson Chamber of Commerce. I also painted the Mansfield Chamber of Commerce. Every time you drive by that K-Star Ranch over on Dick Price Road, I painted the whole thing inside and out, but I also painted all of that fencing. So I tell my grandson, I painted all that fencing. Here's a really cool house right here. This is a friend of mine, and he's a very dear friend, him and his wife, to many people in our community. So this is over off of Marshalldale in Arlington, Texas. And some of the other little interesting things. See this? I did that pretty face in there just for any reason. Rest in peace. That's Livy. She was killed, and I made a video a couple of years ago about this person who killed her. And I'm not going to go into a bunch of detail. I just want to point out that that a new video documentary was just released the other day. And so for the first time, the world is finding out about this case, even though it happened a few years ago. Well, I made a video about, hey, this guy's on the run, because I know a lot of people in East Texas, and that's where he's from. And I'm like, hey, this guy's on the run, and just thought I would make a video to try to help. Well, that video is taking off. It's getting a ton of views right now because of that documentary that just came out. So this one is actually boring. It's just the basic information, But the video, it's called Explore With Us. That's the name of the channel, Explore With Us on YouTube. I invite you to go look up that video over there. Her name is Livy. All right, and the person, the murderer, has been captured. It's kind of odd though, because when I watched the video, it's taught me a lot. Like I learned a lot of details about what about the case, and including the fact that the person who murdered this beautiful girl has been apprehended. He went on run and on the run, and he's been captured. But they didn't say what happened to him from there. Case could still be pending for all I know. He could be in prison. He could have got off on some light charge. My biggest question, because as it turned out, for 2 years, this murderer was on the run near his grandparents' home, and which was also near the murder. So where he was apprehended was less than a mile away from where this girl was murdered, Livy. And so there's something up here with those grandparents. I think that the grandparents have some kind of, I mean, obviously they're aiding and abetting, and so was his mom. But there's something with those grandparents, and that the police did not investigate that better. It's not just because they're, stupid old East Texas police. No, there's something else going on there. And so something a little interesting there for you. All right. Well, thank you. This is my YouTube channel. Please do go over there and hit subscribe. I would really, really appreciate that. And got to come back over here to hit end screen to make that go away. I'll pop myself back up and say, yeah, everybody. While I pull this up and say, hey, this is why I'm here. Questions and answers, free estimates, free color consultation. Use your cell phone to show me your painting needs. Get estimate today. Now, you don't have to come on this panel and all of that for this to work. I do charge $10 for 10 minutes. You just send it to my, my PayPal, Venmo, Zelle. I'm going to try to set up a Cash App today. I thought I was ahead of the curve with PayPal and then Venmo, but apparently Cash App has left it all behind, and just everybody does Cash App and Zelle. So either way, right now, currently $10, Zelle, PayPal, Venmo. It's just my phone number, 817-473-0310. And we will FaceTime together, and you can show me what your painting needs are. And I promise you, in 10 minutes, I can answer enough. I can provide enough information to save you time, to save you money. The $10 you invest in the 10 minutes time will save you time, money, and most importantly, one of the things that people never think about, because we are a hopeful human race. We allow hope to blind us. And I am very careful as I say that, because I think hope is also what carries us. So I would never discourage anyone from having that hope. But one of the things we do with hope is also blinding, because we forget that there's always a stick in the mud. There's always, things come up, always unexpected, And so I can save you a lot of those unexpected hassles here. Here's some of my past pictures that I've talked about. Right there. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Alvarado magazine I was just telling you about here. Let's see. I think that's it. Okay, I'm going to just pull this one up because it's there. This is actually the Alvarado Chamber of Commerce is what that is. I'm going to see what happened to my other page here. What's going on? Because I had that other magazine pulled up. I might have accidentally closed that window. So here's what I'm going to do. This is the Alvarado Chamber of Commerce right here. And if you are a business owner here locally in Mansfield, Burleson, Alvarado, contact me. I'd love to have you on the program. We'll feature your local business. But if you are looking for a local business, this is one great way to do it. Go to the Chamber of Commerce website if you're in Alvarado, in this case. But if you're in Mansfield, Burleson, just go to the Chamber of Commerce and they'll have a list of chamber members that are usually all local. So I'm going to just kind of have to do this to y'all real fast. Alvarado Community Guide, UID, and Business Directory. Okay. There it is, Cleveland Times Review. Because I showed you the Burleson magazine. They do multiple magazines. But if you're here in Alvarado, they do a business directory. So this is about as close to a phone book as you're going to get. It really does have a listing of a lot of local businesses in the magazine. And so it's about as close to a phone book as you're going to get anymore. You know, a printed copy that you can look at and see the phone numbers. And just wanted to kind of go through their webpage. They got quite a bit of advertisements here, so good for them. You know, I'm not a hater. I'm a supporter of local businesses. I am not as big of a supporter of corporations. I am anti-corporation. My grandparents, who pretty much raised me, the thing that they used to always say is Walmart's going to put us all out of business. World's going to hell in a handbasket. Walmart's going to put us all out of business. Well, that was their way of saying corporations are not good. Corporations are going to put us all out of business. So, you know, we got to go to some of them, though, to get our food. You know, there's not really the only independent owned businesses you can go to get food would be your local butcher. The farmers markets have made a big change in the last few years, but it's still challenging. More than anything, you just have to find the farms themselves that have the cattle and provide the beef, or have the chicken, provide the chicken, or have the vegetables and fruits that they grow there or grow around the area. And a lot of times these people will you know, like trade out. That's horrible. I just looked up at my monitor and noticed that that picture was there the whole time while I was talking. So here's where I've been at. This is the Alvarado Community Guide and Business Directory. Oh, yeah. Yes, I am. I am doing the job of like 5 people right now. But, you know, it's the way that it is. And I enjoy it better than not doing it. Let's put it that way. So here it is, the 2023 Alvarado Community and Business Directory. I'm pointing that out because 2024 is nigh upon us, and anybody wanting to get in that directory, now would be a good time to contact them. If you do contact them, please tell them that Christian Painters brought it to your attention and sent you over there. Not because I want to get anything for free out of them or anything. I just like for people to know that there are people that care enough to share. And, you know, it's not just all a biased caring and sharing here. It's that, you know, I do have a program and I am providing content, and this is also part of my content. But, you know, I think we can suffice it to say that I do enjoy providing, I do enjoy networking and supporting local businesses. All right, so let me go ahead and stop that screen. And before, I promised you I would play a X610 chill song, which is coming right up. But before I do, I want to show you one more quick page, and I'm out of here. We'll play this song. It's my Facebook page. Look at that beautiful picture. I got smaller. It's better that way. So that's the Nutcracker. That's the girl falling in love with her favorite toy. And then comes the rest of the story. So here's my Facebook page. Later today, here in just a little bit, I'm going to go live again. Basically, I'm just going to share some of the things that I painted around Mansfield specifically. I do live in Alvarado. I moved to Alvarado to try to save money more than anything, honestly. in an effort to take care of this little guy right here, this amazing child. Well, it's actually cost me more money and way more time. And so I just have no option. I have to advertise in Alvarado and try to build my business up here in Alvarado and Grandview and surrounding areas like even Cleburne and Burleson and Midlothian, because I can go up 67 and hit Midlothian pretty quick. I can also work in Waxahachie, but Waxahachie is a very weird town. Most of the houses in Waxahachie that people call me are very old houses, and those houses require like 3 times the work of a home that would be in Mansfield or South Arlington or even Burleson, and I apologize. It's not that I don't want to help you. Of course I want to help you. I have a real heart, but I have to have real money. I have to get paid for doing all of that kind of work on those old houses. So Waxahachie, thanks, but kind of like, no, thank you. I do enjoy your town though. Like I enjoy that downtown area, and I cannot wait to take my grandson over there to see the caboose and the whole train part. He loves trains and he loves bells and hear that clock tower. He hasn't heard that yet. So really excited about all of that. But yeah, I am in Alvarado. So Alvarado and surrounding areas, if you need a professional painter, please do give me a call. Thank you to my friends who have shared my posts. I've made a lot of friendships out here over the years before I moved out here. Always kind of had an idea on Alvarado, but more as retirement, not taking care of my grandson. This wasn't something that was planned. My daughter passed away in 2019 and gifted us with this just amazing kid. He's amazing. I mean, I know everybody thinks their children are amazing, and I'm just no exception. He's absolutely amazing. And I have a lot of things in life that I personally enjoy, but none of them are even compare. There's just no comparison to the time and the experiences and the fun that I've had with this guy and that I still have every week, hopefully, because I am going to be working a lot. I need to get caught up and ahead. So I'm that behind. And so I am going to be working a lot and getting caught up and ahead and right back to keeping this fella every week, half of the time. So I need your help, please. Thank you very much for that. And one way you can help me is going over to my YouTube and my Facebook and like my Facebook page and share my posts over there and everything. That's what it looks like. Kind of scrolling through. So this is what we're going to be doing here at 2 p.m. Everybody, please join me at 2 p.m. and we'll be going through just videos and those colors. I'll be showing you the color here. This is dark rockwood red is what that color is called. And so I'll be showing you those colors. And there's Kim Pratt. Anybody, if you're hungry and you're in Midlothian, head on over to Simple Simon's there. But thank you, Kim Pratt, one of my biggest supporters over the years. Thank you so much. There's yesterday's stream. There's Fruit Baskets, Roy's Farmers Market, and on and on. There's just a lot of good information over there. Here you go. This is a video that I'm going to do coming up. There's already videos on my YouTube channel about this, but I am definitely going to do a video. I've just got to go take a couple more pictures before I do and get a little better prepared. But I'm going to show you the simplest way to get to the color that you like the most right there at Sherwin-Williams. All right. Well, again, thank you very much. If you have a minute and the desire, you can help me the most by liking and sharing this video. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe and hit notify all, please. And right now, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this show up with a X610 Chill song. And I will also be showing you the movie Escape from the Dream System just on the YouTube channel so that you know where to go to watch that. Thank you, and we'll see you in a little while.